Hi Sagittarius, welcome to December 2013. Happy birthday! This is a general reading for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Ascendant, and Sagittarius Moon. You have a fabulous new moon in Sagittarius on December 2nd, and there is no challenging aspects to the Sun or the Moon. New moon is where the Sun and the Moon couple and initiate the next 30-day cycle. For you, this is your new moon. You won't get another one until the end of 2014. So this is good news because this Sun and Moon together at 10 degrees Sagittarius is in harmony with trining with Uranus in Aries. So this can bring sudden opportunity, unexpected opportunity, advancement, promotion, breakthroughs, insights. And Aries is 5 signs from you, so it can be in romance, relationship, with your children, creative self-expression, new projects, passionate projects. It's a wonderful energy. And it's your new moon for the year. And it's a wonderful way to go into December. It's very upbeat, and we really need this because the energy has been heavy for all signs and very challenging with all the water. Saturn in Scorpio, Neptune in Pisces, Chiron in Pisces, Jupiter in Cancer. And for the fire signs, it's been very challenging to navigate all of this water. And so having the Sun and Moon in Sagittarius, and then Mercury the messenger jumps into Sagittarius 2 days after the new moon on the 4th, and Uranus is in Aries. Now we're starting to feel the upbeat fire energy, the inspiration, the positivity, the upliftment. And so you may be feeling really happy going into December, feeling inspired and uplifted and spreading those good vibrations with everyone you meet. And so you could feel like the life of the party in December. And I think it's awesome. And, you know, I just really like this energy. It's positive, it's upbeat, it's outgoing, it's fun. And we need that right now. We need a dose of inspiration to uplift us from all of the challenges and setbacks that we've been experiencing, especially, you know, like I said, navigating the water, fire signs and air signs. We don't like the water too much. Certainly don't like to stay in it that long. And so the fire signs and the air signs have been really challenged. Now, not all the Saggies are feeling upbeat and fabulous because Neptune, which is direct now, has been squaring the Sagittarius, challenging it. So those of you born in the first few days of Sagittarius, the first week of Sagittarius, have been wrestling with nebulous Neptune. How do you know you're being challenged by Neptune? You're confused. You don't know where your life is going. You don't know where your relationships are going. You don't know where your money went. You don't know where anything is going. That's Neptune. Neptune rules illusion, delusion, deception, and confusion. And when it's on our Sun or Moon or Mercury or Venus or Ascendant, that's the first house I show up in the world, we can feel very lost, very challenged. It's a transit. It's not permanent, but it is hanging around. And it's going to hang around for a while. Neptune takes 3 years to pass through in our transits and sits in the solar return chart for 10 years. A solar return chart, which you might be interested in getting, the solar return report can give you your year ahead. It is your happy birthday report. In other words, every year when the Sun goes into Sagittarius and hits your exact natal birth degree, you're in a new year. You're in a new solar return chart. In life we call it happy birthday. In astrology, it's where your Sun returns to exact degree of birth, and it gives the astrology and the client the information of where your energy is going to be directed for the year. And that's from your birthday in 2013 to your next birthday, which will be at the end of 2014, because you're born at the end of the year. So solar return charts are really helpful and powerful in navigating where you're going, what you're doing. For 1995, you can have your solar return chart and have a great idea about what's coming up for you in 2014. and what you will be working with, the energy you'll be working with. Astrology represents the energy patterns in motion. Astrology planets don't do anything to us. Neptune isn't doing something to you. Uranus isn't doing something to you. These are the energies you're working with. It would be just like if I came on and I said, today it's going to be sunny, a bit windy. What are you going to do with it? Right? So for those of you that wanted it to rain, you may not like that. For those of you that like when it's sunny, you may be really happy. For those of you that don't like wind, that may irritate you. I'm the messenger of what I see and of the astrology. How you respond to it is your free will. How you navigate your transits, how you navigate your natal birth chart is your free will, which is determined by who you are, who you uniquely are, and everyone is unique. So having a fabulous new moon is very good for you. It's a good omen for the Sagittarius, even with those that have the Neptune. Now, if you're dealing with Neptune, you know, the best strategy with Neptune is to wait it out. Because if you try to, say you don't like your job and you want to go get another job, but the law of attraction is always working. That which is within us is what we draw to us. And right now, you're being taken apart by Neptune. So whatever you think you're attracted to, you may not be attracted to in 6 months from now or a year from now. And this goes for relationships too. So that's why it's not the best time to, you know, quit your job and start a new job, or get out of a relationship to get into a new relationship. Now, if you're in a bad relationship, you need to get yourself out of there. You know, it doesn't matter what the planets are doing. Toxic is toxic. And you can't have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. So if you have an unhappy relationship, you're not going to have a happy ending. So if you want a happy ending, you have to pick yourself up and you have to move yourself on. And that goes with everything in life. Now, the reason it's better to wait is because when Neptune is challenging us, we don't see clearly. We don't have all the facts. We are, you know, we can be delusional. We can think something's really wonderful, come to find out it isn't. Or we think someone is fabulous, you know, a fabulous twin flame, come to find out they're not even honest, let alone really, you know, a relationship for us. So, you know, you want to be awake and aware and take it one day at a time. With Neptune, you're in the hands of God. God's got you, and you're not going anywhere. God doesn't care about career achievement. God doesn't care about how many cars you own, how many houses you own, what you own, don't own. God cares about your soul and bringing that soul home. And that's why we're here. We're here. The whole reason we're here is to evolve. And whatever is taken from us is to grow us, to advance us, to make us stronger, and make us more dependent on God, and not on material comfort or relationships. Those are codependencies. And so when Neptune comes along, Neptune has a tendency to wash it all away. And the next thing you know, you're just standing there with yourself and God, and you're going to God for everything. And that's how she planned it. And so the best strategy with God is to surrender to God's will, because God's going to win no matter what's going on. Every struggle we have is always some issue we have with God. And so with Neptune, it's a wait and see game. You cannot make advancement with Neptune if you don't know where you're going, right? How can you leave a place if you don't know where you're going? You can't leave where you are to go somewhere else if you don't know where you're going, unless you're going on a trip, which is fine. If you're going on an adventure, you know, then go for it. But while you're hanging out with Neptune, you just want to navigate those waters. You just want to take really good care of yourself. You want to play a shrewd waiting game, and you want to take a wait and see attitude, you know. And then when you do that, your patience will pay off. Another thing too with the Sagittarians is Saturn is 12 signs from you. Saturn is in the 12th house. Whenever Saturn's in the 12th house, it's not the time to start something new. It's not the time to start a new relationship. Unless you want a really good lesson, a really good karmic relationship, that's always fantastic. You get lots and lots of lessons. Now again, if you feel like you have to be with someone, do it, you know, because there's something there you need to learn. There is something there you need to balance. There's a balance that needs to happen. So you have to do what's right for you. I can only tell you what I see and what I know, but you are the authority of your life. And when Saturn's in 12 signs from us, or in the 12th house, depending on what your ascendant is. But it's still 12 signs from you, because if you have a Sag sun or a Sag moon or a Sag ascendant, it's 12 signs from that moon, sun, or ascendant. It's not the time to start anything new. It is a time to finish things. It's the time to complete the unfinished business of the last 28 years. And so, and if you're 25 or 21, it's time for you to finish everything you've been doing up until this point. You will get your fresh start into new areas at the end of 2014 when Saturn enters Sagittarius. And then the spotlight's going to be on you. It's going to move from Scorpio, and all eyes are going to be on you, because wherever Saturn is where it's going on. It's where it's happening. And Saturn, now you can start something new if it's in alignment with what you've been doing. So in other words, if you're in school and you want to go on to school for another degree, yes, you can start that with Saturn in the 12th. Or if you've been, in a relationship and you want to get married and you don't want to wait, go for it. It has to be in alignment with what you've been doing for the last 28 years. Okay, so if you're a teacher and now you're really wanting to open a restaurant, it's not the time to go into a new field. It's not the time to start something completely brand new. But if it's new in the sense you haven't done it before, but it's in alignment with what you've been doing, that's okay, you see? Because then you're continuing in the same path that you've been on. You're just taking it to a new level, or you're just taking it from a different angle. That's okay. What Saturn is awesome for, being 12 signs from us, because every planet has an up and a negative, it has its pros and its cons. Even the trines, where we have everything flowing for us, we can be too fat and happy. And the next thing you know, we've got an extra 10 pounds on us going, where did this weight come from? The trines will do that, And so with Saturn in this area, it's a really good time to, finish up things, complete things, really be with yourself, get to know yourself, get to know your subconscious, because 90% of our brain is subconscious and unconscious. Only 10% of our brain is conscious awareness. And so here's a fabulous time for you to really get to know what makes you tick, what drives you. Because with Saturn in this area, Saturn is showing you how you get in your own way, how you hold yourself back, how you limit yourself, how you restrict yourself. And it's also an area of hidden strength. So this is a good time to be writing, to be working on projects behind the scenes that you want to launch in a year from now or in 2015. Excellent time for that. Write a book, write a play, write it, make an album. Whatever is creative for you. This is a wonderful time to be behind the scenes and working on your business, working on your projects. And then you launch when Saturn crosses that ascendant, or when Saturn enters Sagittarius, because that's the birth of a new 30-year cycle, you see? So as Saturn is in Scorpio, 12 signs from you, you are finishing the last 30-year cycle. And it's not time to give birth to the new you. And so that's why you want to use this time to rest, recharge your batteries, take care of yourself, empower yourself, love yourself, be with yourself, get to know yourself. Who am I? What makes me happy? What do I truly love and desire? What do I really want out of this life? What do I want out of my relationships? What do I want to do for work that will make me be so excited and happy to jump out of bed every day and do what I'm here to do? You want to be asking these deeper questions. Now, you can go to my website, and I have a lot of coaching tools there to help you. One of them is this Brilliant Breakthroughs page that is all about being in the void, because when you're dealing with Neptune or you're dealing with Saturn 12 signs from you, you can feel like you're in the void. And the void is where we feel like no matter what we do, nothing changes. We've all been there. I've been there. And that's the waiting time. That's where God has you. Goddess has you in her hand. You're like in a bubble. You're like Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. You're in your bubble. And people can't see you because you're in this higher vibration. You're in the Neptune. Neptune rules nirvana. Neptune rules levels of God consciousness we human minds cannot even begin to comprehend. And so when Neptune is flooding us, we don't understand it. The ego draws its energy from the sun as well. And when the ego can't draw its energy from the sun, we're exhausted, we're tired. And that's how you know God has got you. Neptune has you. So it's a time to be the monk, be the nun, be the priest, and hide out in your ashram, hide out in your sanctuary. Make your home your sanctuary. Make your home your beautiful bubble. You know, like Jeannie, and I Dream of Jeannie. She goes in her bottle, you see, and she gets away from all the crazy in the world, all the negative people, right? And going on with their Pluto-Uranus stuff. And so you get away from all of that, and you recharge your batteries, and you reconnect to your soul, which is your inner child. Your inner child is your soul. And when you're connecting with your inner child will tell you what he or she wants to do, what turns her on, what gets her excited. And that's how you know you're on your right track. That's how you know you're doing your dharma. You're here in your passion. You're here to do what you're really here to do, which is only comes from your soul. Only your soul knows what you're here to do. But the passion clues are you get really excited about it. The passion clues are it's something you may even be embarrassed to tell others that you do, you know. And so, you know, finding that passion is connecting with your soul, and connecting with your soul is why you're here. It's the whole reason you're here. Connect to your soul, evolve that soul, merge back with your mighty I am presence, your higher self, and you're a success. So it's a waiting period, but this too shall pass. These are transits. They're not permanent. And the early degree Saggies are moving away from Neptune because Neptune's flying forward now. And now it's going to start impacting the second week of those born in Saggy. And that will happen in 2014, you see, because Neptune's direct now, Neptune's flying forward, and it's going to be moving up in the degrees, and it's going to be impacting those born in the second week of Sagittarius. And so, again, it's a transit, but you want to be careful with it because you know, it can be challenging because people aren't always honest with us, people aren't always forthcoming, and we don't read the signs. Because when you're working with Neptune, I don't care if you're the most psychic person on the planet, the wisest person on the planet, if you're a human, you get transits, you're working with Neptune, you can be fooled. Wherever Neptune is where we can be fooled. And so for you, you know, Saggies, it can come through family members, it can come through partners, it can come through yourself because it's a square. So like you can be fooling yourself, like, oh, this is a really great job, when you really know it's not a great job. And that's okay. Like I said, ride it out. You can't go from where you are to where you want to be if you don't know where that is, right? We first have to figure out how we're going to get from point A to point B. If we don't know where point B is, there's no point in leaving point A, right? It's better to wait it out and, you know, allow the transits to move on so that clarity returns, discernment returns, your energy returns, your empowerment increases, and you're ready to take action and you're ready to move forward because now you've figured out where point B is for you. Okay, Mars enters Libra on December 7th, and Mars is going to be in Libra for 8 months because Mars is going to retrograde in Libra on March 1st through May 20th. Now, this is a good, Mars in Libra is good for the Saggies because Libra sextiles you. The air signs and the fire signs are very compatible. And so the air feeds the fire and the fire feeds the air, and it's mutual admiration society. So Mars is going to be in the area of your life that has to do with being lucky, being, you know, sudden opportunity, sudden breakthroughs, the money you make from the business you own or the money you make for the company you work for, okay? And so Mars is going to be in this area for you for 8 months, pouring positive energy into you for 8 months. This is uplifting. This is empowering. You've got an awesome new moon. You have Uranus working for you. Uranus is working for you. No matter what Neptune's doing, think of Neptune as drinking too much. You know, like you got a really good buzz on from the wine. It's like, whoa, right? But then you wake up with a hangover, but then you have your coffee, and then you're like wide awake again. Okay, that's Uranus. Uranus is the coffee. Neptune is the wine. Mars is your drive in life. Mars is the gas pedal. Mars is your adrenaline. Mars is your energy. And it is empowering you, it's uplifting you, and it's working for you all of 2014, okay? Because when Mars, by the time Mars leaves Libra, Jupiter will enter Leo. And I'm going to talk a lot about that in the year ahead because that is homecoming for you guys, all right? Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, but Cancer is a water sign. It's like your home planet, your ruling planet is off in the nebulae. It's like, I don't know, you don't know, what you want or where things are going or, but when it hits Leo, which is a fellow sister sign, it starts forming grand trines in your chart because it now starts forming harmonious energy flow to any of your Saggies planets and then over to Uranus, which is Jupiter and Uranus are my favorite aspects. When Jupiter and Uranus hook up, they bring windfalls. They bring opportunities that are once in a lifetime opportunities. And you will be looking forward to that starting at the middle of July 2014 through 2015 when it then enters Virgo, which goes into your 10th house, which then increases your career. So you've been, going through a really hard time these last few years, especially I would say 2013 for a lot of you have been really struggling with these energies. It is going to get better. And there is value with Saturn making you wait for things because again, there's no point in jumping into something new if you're going to jump in and it's worse than where you are because it's like going from the fire to the frying pan. So it's better to just chill out and let God, Goddess direct you. Let your mighty iron presence come through, your higher self-consciousness come through, your soul self come through and direct you. And you will be rewarded and you will have breakthroughs along the way because like right now, it's all about Saggy and you've got a fabulous new moon. You've got Uranus in harmony with you. You've got Mars in harmony with you. Mars is in here. You could, if some of you could be making more money and by the end of the year or 2014, you could get a promotion. You could get an increase in your salary, or you could start a new company. For those of you that want to start a new company, but it's got to be in alignment with what you've been doing, there's microloans. Banks are not designed to give loans to companies anymore. They're not. So if you go and Google microloans, you can get a business loan. All it takes is a really good idea and the will to see it through with that good idea, and you could find that you have a loan to start your business. And that's better than working for other people. So you're feeling good, you're feeling strong, and then your ruling planet is in harmony with Saturn on the 12th. And your ruling planet, Jupiter, is in harmony with Saturn, and that goes exact on the 12th, and it's around in December, and it's going to be around in 2014 as well, because they're going to come back and forth with each other and hook up again. And so there could be money coming to you through your husband or your wife. There could be money coming to you through an insurance payout, a tax payout. This is money coming to you that's owed to you, a debt that was owed to you. Other than earned income, it's money that comes to you through a royalty payout, other people. This is a very good aspect for building, something lasting, dreams, making dreams last. And again, it'll be on for you in 2014. Then Uranus goes direct on the 17th, on the full moon. So we have the Gemini full moon on the 17th, lighting up the area of relationships for you. So this is a wonderful time. I love the full moon. I love the new moon. There isn't any Pluto uglies on it. Saturn's not touching either one of them. And Uranus is in harmony with your new moon, which is fantastic. And now Uranus is direct. So some of you could be getting married. Some of you could be taking your relationship to the next level. Some of you could be, meeting someone new, but with Saturn in the 12th, it's probably a past life connection, someone from your past lives coming back. So again, it's up to you, what you want to do. I can only speak from experience. And, usually when people come from our past with Saturn in the 12th, it's usually like a mixed bag. It's like there's an attraction there, but the attraction is there to get you to learn some lesson, which is usually about self-love and taking care of yourself and not allowing your sex needs to drive you, And so it's usually one of those. But again, it sounds fun. It sounds exciting. There's nothing wrong with having some fun, as long as you don't give away the farm in order to get your sexual needs met. I think it could be great. And so Uranus in harmony with the Sagittarius planets is very exciting. Mercury will trine Uranus. That is brilliant breakthroughs. That can be new connections, new relationships, new opportunities. and those can be brought to you through your creative endeavors, through any project you're working on, any group you belong to, other people bringing opportunity to you. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this opportunity? Other people wanting to partner with you. And, you know, again, if the partnership looks good and, you know, you're really looking at things and using your discernment, it can be very beneficial. It can be the win-win. If you're over projecting onto them, oh, he's so wonderful, oh, she's so fantastic, and you're not really looking at that they're human and have flaws, then that's where it comes back later to bite you, where Saturn comes along and says, oh, really? Did you look at this? And then you look and you go, oh my goodness, why didn't I see that? However, you are in a wonderful time with your new moon, and the Gemini full moon is very exciting. The Gemini full moon is lighting up the area of marriage and partnership for you, business partnership. And then right after the full moon, Uranus goes direct. And Uranus has been retrograde for 5 months. So having Uranus go direct is very upbeat, very positive, and it's lighting up the area of creative self-expression, self-confidence, romance, sports, true love. You know, so it's a fun area. It's an exciting area. Aries is 5 signs from you. It's a sister sign. So it does pour positive energy into you. This is a very exciting time. Then right after the party moons, you know, it's like Santa Claus and celebration and party and getting together with others. Very festive, very fun time. On the 21st, the sun goes into Capricorn. And then Venus retrogrades on the 21st. So the sun enters Capricorn on the 21st, and then a few hours after solstice, Venus retrogrades. And Venus will be retrograde till the end of January. So Venus retrograde is like Mercury retrograde. It's not a good time to start a new relationship. It's not a good time to get married. It's not a good time to start a new business, because Venus rules money. Venus rules what you love and value. Venus rules your area of work and the love you receive from others and your goals in life, the area of your hopes and your wishes. And so when she goes in reverse, misunderstandings are ripe, delays, setbacks, false starts. You start something, it's a false start. You try to start something else, it's another false start. So, best strategy with Venus is retrograde is to go back and finish unfinished projects. If there's any projects you've started in 2013 that you never got to finish, this is a wonderful time to finish it. When Venus is in reverse, it's a wonderful time to finish unfinished business. It's also a great time for reunions. So if there's a lover from the past or a friend from the past or someone from your past you would like to get in contact with, you would like to meet up with, you would like to have a reunion with, Venus retrograde is perfect for that. Venus retrograde is wonderful for going back and finishing relationships, projects, creative endeavors, doing research work on business loans. If you want a business loan, it's good for that. It's not good for starting anything new as far as relationships, business, creative projects, or loans. So that's a pretty big area. So from the 21st to the end of January, it's time to go back over things, revisit things. Now, Venus is going to help your money because she is going to be, Capricorn is 2 signs from you. Sagittarius on the 1st house, Capricorn on the 2nd house. So Venus is in the 2nd house, and Venus is going to be there for 5 months. So Venus is helping you, and she will be there empowering your money, empowering your resources, your sense of self-worth, self-respect, self-appreciation, your talents, gifts, and abilities. So this is a good thing. You know, the planets have to retrograde from time to time because we can't always be in forward motion, even though the fire signs love to. You know, we can't always be like going. There are times where we have to stop, reflect, even go back and pick up things we've left behind, so that we're even more powerful in the present. We're even more in the here and the now. And so Capricorn rules your money and your values, what you love and value. Having Venus in this area for 5 months is a blessing. So up until the 21st, it's going to be gangbusters, and then you know, take a siesta till February 1st, and then bam, you're out again flying forward with your goals and your dreams and your hopes and your wishes. And again, Mars is up there really empowering you, and so is Uranus. So you've got Mars working for you, Uranus working for you, Venus working for you. And then Mercury enters the money sector. Mercury is flying forward, and this is good for money too, because Mercury is direct. Mercury will not go retrograde until it moves into Aquarius, and so in 2014. And so having Mercury in your money sector at the end of the year here and into January is very positive, and can bring new money for you, money that you didn't know you had, opportunity, maybe a skill that you didn't know, and because now we're moving into Capricorn, and the Sun will conjunct Mercury on December 29th in Capricorn. Whenever the Sun conjuncts the messenger, there is a message here for us. And this could be something about a gift coming to you didn't know about, or some sort of insight into how to make more money that you didn't know about, some sort of financial opportunity for you that is available to you. And also there could be like some skill that you have that you're not using that you could be making money with, that the Sun reveals to you and the messenger reveals to you. It's like, whoa, I didn't realize if I use this skill this way, it's another source of income for me. Yeah. So this is good for you, okay? Now, it's going to be kind of wiggy over the holidays because Christmas could come with a bang as the moon in Libra couples with Mars and activates the Pluto-Uranus square. So Uranus is in Aries, Pluto is in Capricorn, Mars is in Libra, Jupiter is in Cancer. They are forming a grand square, or a cross. It's a cross. So it's 4 squares with 2 oppositions. Okay, so for you, it's coming in the creative area. It's coming in the area of networking and your goals and your hopes and your wishes and what you're creating. It's also coming out of the financial area for you. And so it's going to be really interesting. There could be some tension over the holidays, because you know how the economy's been so crazy, and we got all this insurance weird stuff going on, and so people are really stressed out. But these aspects release tension, they release the stress. So it could be just a funky, weird time with everybody, because over the holidays, the grand square is being activated as every planet goes into Capricorn or Libra. Bam, it just lights this up, and Pluto and Uranus are change agents. And so it is just, really intense. And Christmas is intense. And then New Year's is intense because the Sun and the Mars square, and they square Uranus and Pluto. And Mercury conjuncts Pluto and squares Mars on New Year's Eve. And then on New Year's Day, we have the Capricorn new moon at 10 degrees Capricorn, 11 degrees Capricorn, sitting right on Pluto. So the Capricorn new moon, the Sun and the moon are merging into dark Pluto, squaring Uranus, opposing Jupiter, squaring Mars. That's fireworks going off in every direction. I think we're all going to know where we stand with each other by the end of the year. And we're all going to know how we feel about everything. I don't think anything's going to be left hidden with these aspects. But I think it's a positive because it's going to release the tension. It's going to release the buildup, and then everything can just go into chill out mode. For you, it's more about, using your true values, what you love and value, aligning your goals with your values, trusting your feelings. It's important for you to do what feels right for you. That's the best way to navigate the Pluto-Uranus grand square. And especially the last few days of January are going to be crazy town. Everyone's going to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And so, but they'll be partying too. And it should be fun. And so, you got to ride it. This energy is to transform us. This energy is to empower us and to strengthen us and to release us from what no longer serves us. And so you're going to be in a great mood. You feel really happy in December. You're feeling really uplifted. You got a fabulous new moon. You're going to have a fabulous birthday. And, you know, you want to go, it's feeling right. You're like contagious with all this positive energy. And so, you know, you're doing great. If others around you are not, let them work it out. That's where they're learning. You're only responsible for taking care of you and making sure you're showing up and doing the best you can with what you have. Everyone else has to, you know, manage their own transits, their own astrology. Your job is to just be joyful, celebrate the moment, be in the now, love your inner child, love your outer children, and be positive, be proactive. And before you know it, it's 2014. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing my podcast. You're so awesome, Sagittarius. And thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. Now, if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, your solar return chart, your year ahead, it's very easy. You go to my astrology page, you purchase your session. Once I see you've made that purchase, I email you my schedule, and you choose the day and the time that you want, and we're off and running, rocking and rolling. Or if you're interested in coaching, where we work on specific areas, specific concerns, you go to my coaching page, you purchase your session. Once I see you've made that commitment, I email you my schedule. We're off and running, rocking and rolling. So I will be back soon with your year ahead astrology forecast for 2014. Until then, happy holidays, happy new year, and may all your dreams come true in 2014.